dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Standard 8's History, we will be learning the topic Formation of State of Maharashtra. In Standard 8's History, we are learning history of modern India, and now this one is the last chapter of our history. In this we learnt about sources of history, Europe and India, effects of British rule, the freedom struggle of 1857, social and religious reforms, beginning of freedom movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, last phase of struggle for independence, armed revolutionary movement, struggle for equality, India gains independence, fulfillment of struggle for independence, and now the last chapter, formation of state of Maharashtra. On the screen you can see the map of Maharashtra. After India gained independence, there was demand on large scale for the reconstruction of states on linguistic basis. As we know, there are number of languages in our country, in the different parts of our country, and the people speaking same language demanded the state or same state. So in Maharashtra also, the demand for the state of Marathi speaking people led to Samyukt Maharashtra movement, and from 1946 onwards movement started for this. Through various changing circumstances, the movement progressed, and finally on 1st May 1960 the state of Maharashtra came to be formed. Now in this topic we will be learning the process or the journey or the steps of the movement in the formation of state of Maharashtra. So if we go through the background of this movement, then from the beginning of 20th century, many scholars had begun to express the thoughts on unification of Marathi speaking people, and this was not only in the Maharashtra or in the area where people speaking Marathi language, but everywhere in the country जहाँ पर same language बोलने वाले लोग ज़्यादा थे, वो language के base पे अपने अपने state की demand कर रहे थे, and Maharashtra was also one of them. So in this, in 1911, the British government had to suspend the partition of Bengal, and on this background, N.C. Kelkar, on the screen you can see, wrote that the entire Marathi speaking population should be under one dominion. किसी एक dominance के अंदर ये Marathi speaking people होने चाहिए. This was the first thing put forward by N.C. Kelkar. If you people go at Dadar, then there you can see the N.C. Kelkar mark, N.C. Kelkar road in the Dadar West. In 1915, next to the N.C. Kelkar, Lokmanya Tilak had demanded the reconstruction of a state based on language. But during that period, the issue of independence of India was more important, and hence this issue remained aside. So before 1947, इंडिया को आज़ादी मिलने से पहले भी बहुत सारे लोगों की ये डिमांड थी, बट उस वक्त जो प्रायोरिटी थी वो पहले भारत को आज़ादी दिलाने की थी, तो ये सारी चीज़ें बाहर नहीं आई, उस पर उनका उतना मूवमेंट नहीं चला, उतनी बात नहीं, उतना इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दिया गया. बट आफ्टर 15th August 1947, the movement everywhere in the country started. So on 12th May 1946, in the Sahitya Sammelan at Belgaum, an important resolution regarding Samyukt Maharashtra was passed. So here moves started, we can say. And now on the screen, Samyukt Maharashtra Parishad. On 28 July, Maharashtra Ekikaran Parishad was called at Mumbai, and Shankar Rao Dev was its president. It passed a resolution that all Marathi speaking regions should be included in one state, and this should also include Marathi speaking regions of Mumbai, central provinces as well as Marathwada and Gomantak. So everywhere where the people speaking Marathi language should be under one dominion, which includes Mumbai, then the central provinces and as well as Marathwada and Gomantak. So this was the demand of Maharashtra Ekikaran Samiti. Now in the process, on screen you can see Dar Commission. On 17 June 1947, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the President of Constituent Assembly, established the Dar Commission under the chairmanship of Justice S.K. Dar, and that's why it is known as Dar Commission, क्योंकि उसके chairman जो थे वो Justice S.K. Dar थे, for forming linguistic provinces. On 10th December 1948, the report of the commission was published, but the issue remained unsolved. Though the commission was for forming linguistic provinces, but this issue remained unsolved, and next to that then JVP committee. Now one by one we are studying about the committees, Dar Commission and then JVP committee. To study the conditions of creating linguistic provinces, the Congress appointed a committee on 29th December 1948, means after independence. It included Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramaiah. Now why it is known as JVP committee? Because J from the Jawaharlal Nehru, V from Vallabhbhai Patel and P from Pattabhi Sitaramaiah. तो इनमें से एक एक पहला लेटर लेके ये JVP कमेटी के नाम से कमेटी जानी जा रही थी. The report suggested that Congress accepts the concept of linguistic state in principle, but the time was not proper for it. Severe response was seen throughout Maharashtra against this report, and during that time Senapati Bapat organized rallies for awakening people. On the screen you can see the image of Senapati Bapat, who started awareing people for the Samyukt Maharashtra and organized rallies for awakening of people. Then Acharya Atre got past the proposal of Samyukt Maharashtra with Mumbai in the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. It got passed by 50 against 35 votes, and due to it, the desire that Mumbai should be included in Maharashtra was proven through the votes. Then Commission for Reconstruction of States. Government of India appointed a Commission for Reconstruction of States on 29th December 1953 under the chairmanship of Justice Fazal Ali, and this commission presented their proposal on 10th October 1955. So this proposal advocated for creation of bilingual Mumbai state, means the two languages. Now the movement started. Nagpur Pact. Marathi people of all regions should resolve to make one state was the purpose of signing the Nagpur Pact in 1953. Marathi people of all regions should resolve to make one state was the purpose of signing Nagpur Pact in 1953, and according to this pact, Samyukta Maharashtra was formed. According to Nagpur Pact, Samyukta Maharashtra was formed, including Western Maharashtra and Vidarbha along with Marathwada. So according to Nagpur Pact, जो संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र बना उसमें वेस्टर्न महाराष्ट्र, विदर्भ था और मराठवाड़ा भी था. But in 1956, as per the amendment of the Constitution, Article 371(2) was included in it, and according to the Nagpur Pact, assurance was given regarding equitable financial provision. Here you can see equitable financial provision for developmental work, ample finance for technical and vocational education, provision of state government services in particular regions in accordance with the population, and assembly session once in a year should be held in Nagpur. So these all were the measures in the Nagpur Pact, but the struggle of Marathi speaking people for formation of Maharashtra with Mumbai had begun. क्योंकि बेसिकली मुंबई में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मराठी स्पीकिंग पीपल थे और जो संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र मूवमेंट थी उनका भी कहना ये था कि विदाउट मुंबई वी कांट इमेजिन महाराष्ट्र. वो इमेजिन नहीं कर सकते थे उस वक्त भी. एंड दैट्स व्हाई द मूवमेंट स्टार्टेड. A huge meeting was held in Kamgar Maidan in Mumbai. At that time, Shankar Rao Dev said, "We will oppose the separation of Mumbai from Maharashtra up to our last breath." The emotions and demands. Now, two things are there. Not only emotions, but the demands. The emotions and demands of the people took the form of public agitation, and women also spontaneously started participating in it. So the movement started, and in this movement Sumati Bai Gore, then Ismat Chuktai, Durga Bhagwat, Tara Reddy, Charushila Gupte, Kamaltai More, Sultana Zohri, and many such women took part in the agitation for the Samyukt Maharashtra movement, including Mumbai. So on 7th November 1955, there was meeting of labours. Now the labours jumped into the movement, and various labour organizations, communists, Praja Socialists, Socialists, Peasants and Workers Party, Jan Sangh, all these parties or the organizations we can say, and political parties participated in it. Comrade Sripad Amrut Dange presided over it. Here S.M. Joshi proposed a resolution that Samyukt Maharashtra with Mumbai and Vidarbha should be created. So Maharashtra not only with the Vidarbha or Marathwada or Gomantak, but it should include Mumbai. And for that the movement started. Now the beginning of actual conflict. Discontent among the Marathi speaking people was growing day by day because of the policies of the government or because of the awareness spreaded by the leaders of the Samyukta Maharashtra movement. A grand march led by Senapati Bapat was taken to Vidhan Sabha, and there Morarji Desai was the chief minister at that time. So the government declared a ban. The police started lathi charge and used tear gas. Now we are talking about the things after independence. एक लड़ाई लड़ी गई देश के आज़ादी के लिए और उसके बाद हमारे देश के कई कोनों में अलग अलग राज्य बनाने के लिए भी एक लड़ाई लड़ी गई. एंड नाउ हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द लाठी चार्ज एंड टीयर गैस जो कि अपने ही गवर्नमेंट ने लोगों के खिलाफ यूज़ किया था. सो ऑन दैट इवनिंग एन ओपन मीटिंग वॉज कंडक्टेड ऑन कामगार मैदान विथ अ मॉब ऑफ around 50,000. Just imagine the number. Comrade Dange guided the people to accelerate the struggle for the Samyukt Maharashtra movement on 21st November 1955. Decision of one day taken strike. On 21st November 1955, decision of one day token strike was taken, and then establishment of Samyukt Maharashtra Samiti. The issue of the demand of the Marathi speaking people started becoming complicated, and discontent spread throughout the state, not only in the urban area but in the rural area also, and through newspapers and by using different measures. Awareness among the people was continued. So on 6 February 1956, a meeting was conducted under the chairmanship of Keshav Rao Jedhe at Tilak Smarak Mandir in Pune. Now the Samiti declared its executive council, and in that Comrade Sripad Amrut Dange, here you can see Comrade Sripad Amrut Dange as the president and S.M. Joshi as general secretary was selected. Then G.T. Markholkar, Acharya P.K. Atre, Madhu Dandavate, Prabodhankar Keshav Thakre, Y.K. Soni played important role in establishing the Samiti. At the same time, Senapati Bapat, Kranti Singh, Nana Patil, Lalji Pense, Ahilyabai Rangnekar contributed immensely to the Samyukt Maharashtra movement. They spread the movement to rural parts of Maharashtra, which was very important. क्योंकि अर्बन में जो है वो तो जैसे मुंबई में, मुंबई के लिए ही डिमांड चल रहा था, मुंबई के लिए मूवमेंट चल रहा था, क्योंकि संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र में मुंबई को भी इंक्लूड करना था. बट एक प्रेशर क्रिएट करने के लिए और लोगों का सपोर्ट मिलने के लिए रूरल एरियाज़ में भी इस मूवमेंट को पहुंचाना बहुत ज़रूरी था. एंड दैट वर्क डन बाय द मेनी लीडर्स एंड द ओरेटर्स. So at the screen, you can see on the screen P.K. Atre, S.M. Joshi, Prabodhankar Thakre, who played very important role in this. Next now. When it was clear that Mumbai will not be included in Maharashtra, at one point it was very clear. Again I am repeating the same thing. At one point it was very clear that Mumbai will not be included in Maharashtra. At that time, there arose a huge public agitation, क्योंकि लोग चुप बैठे थे कि कुछ ना कुछ होगा, कुछ ना कुछ होगा. लेकिन जब ये डिक्लेयर किया गया, जब ऐसे लगने ही लगा कि फाइनली मुंबई महाराष्ट्र में नहीं आएगी, तो सारे लोग जो है वो रास्ते पर उतर आए. एंड इन दिस मूवमेंट 106 people became martyr in the firing opened by the state of government. In memory of these 106 sons of Maharashtra, Samyukta Maharashtra movement, their Hutatma Smarak was erected in Mumbai near Flora Fountain. Now you people are in Mumbai, so you people can visit this place after this corona pandemic, और कभी भी आप उस एरिया में घूमने चले जाते हैं तो हिस्ट्री समझने के लिए बहुत सारे सोर्सेस, जैसे सोर्सेस ऑफ हिस्ट्री में हमने पढ़ा, यहाँ अगर आप जाओगे तो बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको इस संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र मूवमेंट के बारे में पता चल सकती है. सो हुतात्मा स्मारक इज देयर नियर फ्लोरा फाउंटेन. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट नाउ. On 1st November 1956, bilingual Mumbai state came into existence, and later in 1957, Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha and Mumbai Municipal Corporation elections were held. मतलब ऐसा हुआ कि 1 नवंबर 1957 को ये द्विभाषिक राज्य स्थापित हुआ. बट इन 1957, Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha and Mumbai Municipal Corporation elections were held, and what happened there? Samyukt Maharashtra Samiti got grand success in that. These results made it clear. These results made it clear that voters were against bilingual state and in favor of Samyukta Maharashtra. So, through words, through the votes given by the people, it was very clear that the common people were against bilingual state and in favor of Samyukta Maharashtra. The unveiling of statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj mounted on horse on Pratapgarh. Now, you people already learnt about this in the history of 7th standard and in 4th standard also. So, the unveiling of statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj mounted on horse on Pratapgarh was to be done at the hands of Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 30th November 1957. At that time, Samyukta Maharashtra Samiti decided to make huge demonstration under the leadership of Bhai Madhavrao Bagal, leaders like S.M. Joshi, N.G. Gore, Jayantrao Tilak, P.K. Atre, Uddhav Rao Patil were present, and severe demonstrations were made at Pasrani Ghat and Polatpur. Now, because of this, what happened? पंडित नेहरू के सामने ये इशू जो है वो गया, उनको इस बात की जो इशू का सीरियसनेस के बारे में पता चला और लोगों के मन में क्या है ये समझने के लिए इस तरह के डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन टुडे आल्सो आर देयर इन द डेमोक्रेसी, ताकि हमारी बात क्या है, हम क्या कहना चाहते हैं, हमें क्या चाहिए, ये पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स को या गवर्नमेंट को बताने के लिए कभी कभी ये सारे रास्ते यूज़ करने पड़ते हैं. एंड द सेम थिंग हैपेंड इन द मूवमेंट of the Samyukta Maharashtra. So, these leaders demonstrated there, and the things happened after that. The central government favored in what? The central government favored the making of Maharashtra due to the agitation led by Samyukta Maharashtra Samiti. Now, here one thing again which is very important to think about. पूना पैक्ट नागपुर पैक्ट आया, उसके पहले कमीशन फॉर रिकंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ स्टेट्स था, डार कमीशन था. लेकिन जो संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र मूवमेंट के लीडर्स थे उन्होंने अपनी बात कहीं पर भी छोड़ी नहीं. कंटिन्यूसली दे वर ऑन द मूवमेंट, एंड फाइनली द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट फेवर्ड द मेकिंग ऑफ महाराष्ट्र ड्यू टू द एजिटेशन लेड बाय संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र समिति. At this instance, Indira Gandhi, President of Congress at the time, supported the Samyukta Maharashtra movement. The central government concentrated the two linguistic states Maharashtra and Gujarat. So, in April 1960, the parliament passed, in April 1960, the parliament passed the Mumbai Reorganization Act. What was it? Mumbai Reorganization Act, and Maharashtra state was formed on 1st May 1960. Now, here you can see Gujarat and Maharashtra. Now, in this movement, not only the leaders of different organizations or the leaders of different political groups or political parties, but the common people and also the writers and the orators played very important. And in this movement, the role of newspapers was important. जैसे आज हमारे पास बहुत सारे न्यूज़ चैनल्स है, सोशल मीडिया है, रेडियोज़ है, वैसा तो उस वक्त कुछ नहीं था. बट द न्यूज़पेपर्स always played very important role in any movement. We people also learnt about the role of newspaper in the Indian freedom struggle. So, the same thing in the Samyukta Maharashtra movement, the role of newspapers was important. Prabodhan, Kesari, Sakal, Navakal, Navyug, Prabhat and many such newspapers worked for awakening of the people. This word is very important. It is very important to awake the people for any agitation or for any movement, And to awake people, it is very important to understand or to feel them the importance of that particular movement, and in these newspapers always play very important role. So प्रबोधन, केसरी, सकाल, नवाकाल, नवयुग, प्रभात, ये सारे न्यूज़पेपर तो थे ही, बल्कि बाकी लोकल लेवल पे भी ऐसे बहुत सारे न्यूज़पेपर्स थे जिन न्यूज़पेपर्स ने संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र मूवमेंट में बहुत ही बड़ा रोल अदा किया थ्रू द आर्टिकल्स एंड द न्यूज़ ऑफ द एजिटेशन और ऑफ एनी डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन. तो लोगों को क्या होता था, मोटिवेशन मिलता था और वो पार्टिसिपेट होते थे इस मूवमेंट में. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स वर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड नॉट ओनली दिस बट द Acharya Atre started the Maratha newspaper, which played an important role in Samyukta Maharashtra movement. Then Balasaheb Thackeray took up the pen named Mavla and drew caricatures to make the movement comprehensive. At that time, caricatures play again very important role in pointing the exact thing. So not only this, but the Lok Shahir Anna Bhau Sathe, Shahir Amar Sheikh and Shahir D.N. Gavankar, through their writings, aroused public awakening on a large scale. Now, with the help of internet, you people can search these people and their writings or the songs written by the Lok Shahir Anna Bhau Sathe or by Shahir Amar Singh or Shahir D.N. Gavankar, which played very important role in the Samyukta Maharashtra movement. And also you can search the newspapers like Prabodhan, Kesari, Sakal, Navakal, Navyug, Prabhat, Maratha, or also you can find caricatures of Balasaheb Thackeray on the internet in reference with the Samyukta Maharashtra movement. In April 1960, the Parliament passed the Mumbai Reorganization Act, and according to this act, Maharashtra state was formed on 1st May 1960. On the screen you can see the images of the time, which are nothing but the sources of history, gives us exact and authentic information of that period. At the dawn of 1st May 1960, in the special ceremony at Raj Bhavan on occasion of Labor Day, 1st May is a Labor Day, कामगार दिवस मनाया जाता है ये. So on that day, Pandit Nehru officially announced the formation of Maharashtra state. Yashwantrao Chauhan accepted the responsibility as first Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Now, today we people are living in Maharashtra and enjoying the comfort and the development of Maharashtra, or development in the each and every field. So all these things are there which we are not having or enjoying easily, but there is a background of struggle like freedom struggle, but not exactly we can say it as a freedom struggle, but the many movements were there for the formation of Maharashtra, and due to these movements we are having Mumbai in Maharashtra or many other parts of the country like Marathwada, then the different areas where people used to speak Marathi, and today also Marathi people are together, living together in Maharashtra. And for this many people sacrificed many things, and 106 people gave their life for us, we can say. So all these things are very important which we should remember, and we should try at our level that how to help in the development of our state, in the development of our country. That is very important. So here we people studied about the history of modern India in the 8th standard. Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications. So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.